A wonderful, beautiful good morning to you all. It's 10 to 9 on this Wednesday morning, and I've just finished tidying up the kitchen and getting stuck into washing a whole bowl full of socks. Those of you who are familiar with Bealtaine Cottage will know that I don't have a washing machine. I did have one in the early days and it broke down. It was brand new, it broke down and I didn't replace it. I think it lasted the usual amount of time for these appliances with the built-in obsolescence. We all know what we're talking about here. It's very frustrating and it's also very saddening that the corporations only build appliances with the built-in obsolescence, and that's to keep us consuming in this finite environment. Certainly finite in terms of, raw materials, metals and oil, etc. But anyway, I have this old washboard. I've been using the washboard and just soap, ordinary soap. I've got some homemade soap here. That was a gift someone sent me, and I've got some more homemade soap there. That was another gift. And then, because I always ask people, friends and relations, prezzies, soap. I use lots of soap, so that's more soap there, ready to go. So, virtually no chemicals. In fact, I don't think there are any chemicals other than the lye in the soap. This washboard was, I won't say it was an antique when I bought it, because I think it's from about the 1930s or 40s maybe, something like that. Could even be from the 1950s. But I mean, it's a wonderful device. It really is, and it suits Bealtaine Cottage perfectly. Look, it even just fits in the sink there, and I have a small bowl, so I don't have anything that's too big in terms of usage around the home, because this is another problem with current so-called civilization, is that we strive to have everything bigger and better. And of course, bigger is not better. Bigger is just bigger and more responsibility with it, I suppose. But I'll show you how I wash my clothes. I have a little bucket here. There's the lid. And I soak whatever clothes it is I'm going to be washing for about a day, sometimes 2 days if they're very dirty. I'll soak them in there with water that has lots and lots of homemade soap in it. So I'll immerse the soap in it for a while and stir it round and make it nice and soapy. So after a day anyway, most of the dirt has kind of fallen off the clothes. How do I know this? Because when I take them out of the bucket and throw the water away, there's almost like a silt at the bottom of the bucket where the dirt has literally just fallen off. Then it's only a very small thing really to wash them on the washboard, and so these are socks which can get very, very dirty because I walk around in my socks. I slip my wellies off at the back door and walk around the cottage in my socks. So I literally just put some soap on the sock, and then I just up and down like that on the washboard, and whatever comes off the washboard goes straight into the sink. It doesn't go back into the bowl. So that's it. Very simple. Very simple. Now, I was outside earlier on putting some bird seed out for all the birds, and putting some on the bird table, and I was just stood by the bird table, and there was 2 or 3 tiny, tiny little field mice came out from under the stones. So I'm very pleased with that. Obviously I don't want mice in the house, but that's a different kind of a mouse will come into the house. Sound like a poet here. The field mice are very, very tiny, very tiny. And they, as it says on the box, are field mice. They live outside. But they're also terribly sweet, because one of them in particular climbs up the clematis here and comes onto the windowsill and looks in at me. Now, I got the camera this morning trying to photograph it, but of course the light wasn't very bright. It was, I think this was about 7 o'clock this morning, so it was still very dim. And you see, I have this little lamp on here, so I could see the little field mouse there, just looking in at me. But it's a wonderful addition. I mean, it's kind of wonderful to know that there are field mice now thriving out there, because that's a very important part of the ecosystem. Because of course you have animals and birds that predate on the field mice. So what I'm happiest about is that the ecosystem is being built in and built up, and all those gaps that were in the ecosystem and that definitely are in the ecosystem outside of Bealtaine Cottage are being filled in. So it really is about filling in the gaps. So anyway, I'll get these socks washed, get them out on the line. Doesn't matter if it's raining, the rain will soften them. I think tomorrow is going to be a good day, so I'll be bringing them in tomorrow when they're dry. So there we go, my little story. And it's still only 5 to 9. I think this is about 7 minutes long or something like that. Blessings to you all. Have a lovely day. I'm hoping now to get back out to the garden once I've got my household chores done. I've got some plants to plant over in the tunnel, and I have a little bit more mulching which I should be getting on with. Blessings to you all.